I decided to research the multiple gunman theory when talking about the JFK assassination because it's probably the conspiracy theory with the most background and evidence to it, and that's what most people believe happened. And I believe this because while many people think that there was a lone gunman, there may have been people working alone and not necessarily working together, such as Lee Harvey Oswald and Jack Ruby, because they found an entry wound in his neck that exited his throat. So they thought that there was a lone gunman, but then when they took him to the doctor, there was an entry wound in his head. And this led people to believe and debate that there was a magic bullet that could have been involved, which is unrealistic and doesn't really have any scientific background to it. So I believe that there were multiple gunmen involved in multiple different spots because when he was shot, his head shot back. So that really wouldn't happen if he got shot in the neck, so he could have gotten his head swung back from a shot in the back of his head. And the commission did a replica test of what could have happened, and they used cadavers and dead animals. And Lee Harvey Oswald tested negative for a paraffin test, which tested emission from the gun on his cheek, and they found that it was nearly impossible to use a gun like that and not have any type of emission on your cheek.
The theory I chose on JFK's assassination to research is that the CIA was behind the assassination of JFK. The reason I chose this theory is because of the JFK files and how those were released recently by the president and that they were kept secret for so long. And many people thought that the CIA was behind the murder of the president, and I don't believe that because there's no physical evidence of that happening. So, pretty bad theory.
My theory of the JFK assassination is that he was a part of the mafia. There's so much evidence about how he was supposed to be in on a plan to murder someone and then he backed out. So he got in trouble and got ganged up on by a bunch of people in the mafia. He was shot by multiple people, and there's even an interview of someone saying that they actually did it and the other people were a part of it. I didn't believe it at first because many people admired JFK, but now I feel a little bit different about him as a president.
For my conspiracy theory surrounding the JFK assassination, I researched the umbrella man theory. This theory revolves around a single man that was seen standing at the side of the motorcade during the day of the parade, holding an umbrella, which doesn't really make sense because it's a sunny and clear day out there in Texas. Researchers believe that this man was known to be an accomplice for Oswald, and that he was used as a signaler for when Oswald should fire the bullets striking the president. It was seen in photographs and videos that when the motorcade drove by, he pumped the umbrella 2 feet in the air almost, and then the shots rang out, striking the president's head. But then after further consideration, more research proved that the technology for a poison dart came out in 1960, 3 years before the president was shot and killed in 1963. So other researchers combined with the first theory said that the umbrella was used as a poison dart mechanism to fire the poison dart and hit the president in the neck and almost create as a sitting duck target, making it an easy target for Oswald to hit. And after researching this, it seems like a pretty good argument for what happened to JFK.
Oh, I didn't know you were there. Hey, my name is Elijah Harvey, and my theory was that Lee Harvey Oswald had connections with Russia and Cuba, and honestly, there's not a lot of factual evidence to back that up, so I don't believe in that theory. But the facts, what we do know is that Lee Harvey Oswald was troubled as a kid. His dad died a little before he was born. He was a communist. They just said he was very troubled as a kid. So I think he just did this out of spite. He didn't like Kennedy. Yeah, I don't believe in my theory at all. I think it's hogwash. So yeah, thanks.
Yeah, hold on.
All right, we're ready. So let's start off this debate. We're talking about the infamous killing of our 35th president, John F. Kennedy, by Lee Harvey Oswald. So whose conspiracy wants to go first? People?
I'll hit it. So my conspiracy is the Umbrella Man.
I disagree with it.
Alright, bro.
Why?
Because, first of all, the Umbrella Man, it was all Lee Harvey Oswald. They said that he had connections to Cuba and Russia, but that was false. There was no files to back up that evidence. Lee did it on his own.
Wait, no, because in my theory, it says that there was, people, he had, relations with the mafia, which was trying to kill someone, really important in Cuba.
Yeah.
So
How would you explain?
I'm just saying, the Umbrella Man, even if he didn't shoot the poison dart, he at least could have been a signaler for the shooter. Like he played a part.
That's a fair point.
Only dude with an umbrella in Texas. What? Sunny and clear?
Do you guys think that it was like one person that shot him or multiple?
One.
multiple.
One.
Definitely.
One? Why
It
do you
was
think
Lee.
it was one?
It was Lee Harvey Oswald.
I
He
think
had.
It was a
okay,
magic bullet.
It wasn't though, because he had wounds on his head and his neck, and the one on his neck went through his throat.
I got
So
him.
how would that explain the one on
I
his
have
head?
wounds on my neck and my
Poison
head.
dart.
Did I shoot someone? No, I didn't. Well, but wait. Well, anyway.
I agree with the poison dart. I think that could be a good
That's
theory,
what I'm
and I
saying.
think that's a good fact
That's
to
what I'm
back
saying.
that up.
No, facts show that Lee,
But you
his
still
dad
think that there were
died.
multiple people,
That
right?
his peers said that he was very troubled as a kid. He did it on his own. He didn't need help.
Wait,
He
but
was a
if the
psychopath.
poison dart came from the umbrella and the umbrella shot up, how would it go through his neck?
Bro, those things can shoot.
No, he was
At
like
like
Rapid
an angle,
miles per hour.
like
no.
this.
They found that there
No, the
was.
shot said, "Bah!" It hit him. And once it hit him,
Connor
he was
said
dead.
the umbrella went up, not
He
out.
pumped it up in the air, and the technology's like, no, the umbrella expands out when you open it. Like it came out of the webbing. It shoots out of the webbing of the
bro,
umbrella.
that sounds
But
like a
when they took
Spider-Man movie, bro.
Wait.
Bro, look it up. It came out in
Wait,
1960. The
we
technology.
have to let each other talk. When they took him to the doctor, it wasn't a poison dart wound that was in his head. It was a bullet wound. There was one in his head and one in his neck. And then how would you explain how his head snaps back in the video if it was shot anywhere
Poison dart
else?
hits him in the neck, paralyzing him, and he gets shot again. Whiplashing his head.
Yes, his head went straight back.
The Umbrella Man was part of it.
Yeah,
That's
no,
facts.
but I don't believe that. But we can all just agree to disagree. Thank you for all giving your conspiracies.
I know that this, and let's just.
Now, maybe there's so
Alright,
many
I
things.
know, because I haven't been able to talk.